Coffee Break with me. Woo! Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. How are you today? Do you like my shirt? Isn't that the best shirt ever in the whole world of life? One of my mom's friends, I believe her name is Ale, gave her this shirt to give to me. So thank you so much. I really love it. It's a little small, you can tell, but that's not going to stop me from wearing it a lot until I use it up. Today I'm here with a Is It Worth the Hype or Are They Worth the Hype video about the new Kat Von D Shade+Light Eye Palette. Kat Von D is literally on a roll right now with her makeup line. Like literally on a roll. New eyeliners. I mean, she has a new everything going on right now. And I feel like she's one of those people that has such a strong commitment to whatever she does that everything is a hit. Everything is successful. Everything does well because you feel her passion and integrity and dedication towards all of the products that she does. And everyone is raging about the contour palette at the moment, but you guys know how I feel about contouring products and things like that. I'm not very good at it, and I don't personally like how really, much contouring looks on me anyway. So I didn't get that palette, but when this eye palette came out, I was like, oh yeah, I need you in my life. And she has had several palettes out already. She has the butterfly ones, like the Chrysalis and Monarch palettes, but those are shimmery and matte. And the texture of her eyeshadows are similar to Lorac. And if you've been part of my channel for a while, you know how I feel about Lorac shadows. I love them. They're super creamy and pigmented, but I'm a beast with my shadows. Like I tear into them and then I get fallout everywhere and powder and dust, and it's a mess. So when the other palettes came out, I was like, resist, even though they're pretty, you're not going to reach for them because you're an animal with your products. So I skipped them. But when I saw that this palette came out, I've been so happy with the Kat Von D Ladybird palette. It's one of my absolute favorites. I don't know why it got discontinued. It's also an all matte from Kat Von D. So I've been I've always loved that one. It's one of my all-time favorites. So when this one came out, I was like, yes, I need to try it. Even if I end up looking like a mess with eyeshadow fallout all over my face, I need it in my life. So I figured that I could tweak my Amazonian beast mode arm and hand when I use it because I already know that I'm gonna make a mess. Right? So anyway, this is a Sephora exclusive. All Kat Von D products are exclusive to Sephora. The palette itself is $46. It does have 3 quads. The quads are divided to be sort of like it's supposed to be a neutral quad, a cool quad, and then a really warm quad. That's how it's supposed to be divided. To me, it looks like 2 warm and 1 cool. But it's really up to you. Just because it's a quad doesn't mean you have to use it that way. In fact, I did this look today using this shadow, this one, and this one. And so, you're free to, with makeup, you guys, you're free to go wherever you want to take it. So again, this is a $46 palette. In a nutshell, do I think it's worth the hype? I really do. But because the matte eye and the matte lip are all the rage right now, how many all matte eyeshadow palettes do you really need? You know what I'm saying? So if you were to put this up against or to rival like the Pure Minerals Soul Mattes palette, let me get them for you so I could show you. So let's say that you were to put this up against other trendy matte eyeshadow palettes that are out right now. You don't need more than one. So if, let's say you're not sick like I am and you need all this stuff here, then you really want to put your thought into, I want to invest in a really good all matte eyeshadow palette, Dani. Which one should I get? So if you look at the Kat Von D one, it is legitimately like perfectly warm, neutral, and cool. It has every base covered. So you could even use this for contouring. You could use this as an under eye setting powder. It's at like vanilla shade. Now, other palettes that have come out, they lean towards a direction. This is the one from Pure Minerals, the Soul Mattes. This is almost like a rose or a rosy slash warm type all matte palette. You have the Tartelette palette, which I really like, but this is mostly cool tone. It's missing, for me, it's missing that like toffee shade. It's a really beautiful palette. The colors are soft and they blend out nicely, but it's missing that shade for me. You have, like, for example, the Balm. The Balm has an all matte palette. This is a really good one as well, but this one tends to lean a little bit more cool, and it's missing the black. And the last one that I have to show you is the new one from Tarte, and this is a limited edition palette called the Poppy Picnic, but you could see it only has 6 shades, and again, you're missing the really extreme cool ones. This is more of like a neutral palette. Neutral, slightly warm, but it's missing the cools. So if you want to invest in a palette that is just strictly matte, but has all your bases covered, this is such a great palette. Not to mention that the majority of people prefer softer shadows like these. I don't have the Shade and Light Contour palette, but from seeing it so many times on YouTube and at Sephora, I feel like maybe some of the powders or some of the contour powders that are in that palette are duplicated in this palette. For some reason, I feel like some of them are the same, but the colors in here are so pretty. I want to show you guys up close. Welcome to my face. You see, I don't even like cut this part out anymore. I just bring you in. Like, that's just what I do. So this is the palette up close. Like I told you guys, there's 3 quads. The first one is this one, which is a warm one. This is supposed to be, I think, like the neutral one, but it's really pretty. You have a really great variety, even though, like, let me show you these colors here. Even though it has all of these light shades, look at the variety. They're all like vanilla cream colors, but do you see the difference in them? This one's yellow, this one's kind of like almost like a white. You have this middle that's a little bit more peachy pink, and then this other one is a classic cream. It's not as yellow, it's still a cream color. So even though you do have so many choices, they're very different. Now, from this palette to this palette, let me show you this one here. You see these 2 browns, how beautiful they are? The color that I was telling you about, that toffee color that's missing in the Tartelette palette, is like this one. I just love that really warm, rich, caramelly type brown. So you see, those are 4 browns in this palette, and none of these browns look similar. So when you look at the palette, when I look at a palette like this, I don't feel inspired. I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna do a smoky eye and I'm gonna do a daytime look. That's it. But once you really break down the colors, you have so many different options. Look at this shade right here. This shade here is brown, but you see it has almost like an olive undertone to it. So you could really play this palette up. Taking like an eyeshadow crayon, if you have like a green eyeshadow crayon, or even like a khaki color or like a taupey eyeshadow crayon, and putting that shadow on top, you could really diversify this palette. So keeping up with the theme of this video, is the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette really worth the hype? I say abso-freaking-lutely. It is definitely awesome. Let me show you guys my Ladybird palette. I don't know why I didn't show you guys this. So my Ladybird palette, these were the old palettes from Kat Von D, and they're actually the same packaging as Pure Minerals. They discontinued these, and you could see I'm kind of an animal with this eyeshadow palette too. You could see a lot of the colors are, I don't want to say the same eyeshadows, but I'm pretty sure they put some of the same colors into this palette as well, which might be one of the reasons why they discontinued it. In case you're wondering, a lot of matte eyeshadow palettes are hard to use because the colors will all just blend together. These don't blend together. They don't run together and just create a muddy mess. They're easy to blend, they're very soft, but they will not just all mush into one color. It's very easy to play with them and differentiate from color to color. Does that make sense? Am I making any sense? I feel like if I do this, you will understand me better. Is it working? So I contemplated refilming that portion of the video where I got this on my face, but I thought, now Dani, how real would that be? So considering we are living in a beauty community full of filters and lens softening apps or photo softening apps, I'm just gonna leave that in there. I'm just gonna keep it real with you guys. I'm so tired of seeing filtered and edited pictures. That's gonna be a topic for another day. I'm just gonna leave this in there. Can you tell I just wiped off my entire face? I just wiped off my entire foundation. That's okay. We're all friends here. Next time that you're at Sephora, if you see this palette, give it a close-up look. Try to come up with 3 looks that you could produce with it using different eyeshadows without repeating shadows. And if you can come up with at least 3 different looks, I think it's worth your investment. Swatch it, see if you like it. But my honest and humble opinion, I really think it's worth the hype. And that's coming from someone that physically abuses her eyeshadows. That says a lot. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, if you found this video useful, entertaining, or learned something, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, this coffee break is over. Bye guys!